Welcome to Backwoods in the Burbs. My name is Kylie, and my husband Dylan and I live with our family in southwest Missouri. We each have an off roading vehicle. He has a 2002 Chevy Silverado, and I have a 2024 Ford Bronco. We recently picked up off roading as a hobby and we really enjoy it. One of the things that we've noticed though is that it's hard to find trails in the Ozarks and come in ahead of time having a realistic expectation of what those trails are going to be like. So I decided to start this YouTube channel and provide reviews and information about local trails. So today we're going to talk about the trails at Chadwick, Missouri in the Mark Twain National Forest. When we go to Chadwick, we go down Center Road to get onto the trail, and I'm going to show you how we go in real quick. So, right now we're looking at Ozark, Missouri. You can see 65 highway right here. So, coming in off of 14, you would go south on W Highway and you go down W for just a few miles until you get to Center Road. Center Road, you would be turning to kind of the east. So you go down Center Road, and it's a pretty little road. You follow it for a while until you get to the low water crossing. You'll know it when you see it. It goes over Bull Creek. When you go across the low water crossing, that's kind of when the fun starts to begin. So Center Road does eventually turn into Lookout Road, and you can follow Lookout Road. This is kind of like an old washed out road, but I mean it turns into part of the trail. And then Lookout Road will take you past the Cobb Ridge campground, and you can come back out. You can come out onto H Highway. Now, from H Highway, what we like to do next is go down Devereaux Road. And to get there, you would turn right out of, like, once you pass the campground and get to H, you would turn right on H or south. And we go down to Garrison Road. Once you turn on to Garrison Road, then you're going to be looking for Devereaux Road. So you can turn on Devereaux Road, and it's a nice little trail. You can go all the way down Devereaux Road, and it kind of circles back around, as you can see here, and it takes you back out onto Garrison Road. So then you can turn on Garrison Road. That will take you back out to H. And then from H, you really can get anywhere. You can get out onto 125, and you can get just about anywhere from 125. So I've got the camera set up on my dash right now, and you're looking at my Bronco going down Lookout Road. So a lot of times when we go, it's just me and my husband and our family, but we did take a couple of people with us this time. Dylan took a friend from work, so him and his friend rode in the heavy Chevy. I was solo in the Bronco, and then my parents actually came with us as well. My mom and dad have a Jeep Sahara 4xe, and it did really well on this little trail as well. So, this is a really great beginner's trail. Dylan kind of refers to this as the bunny slopes of off roading. It's a really good trail if you want to just kind of get your feet wet, test the waters, see if off roading is for you, or if you just want to have a ride that's a little bit more than just going down a dirt road, but not so much that you're getting into a bunch of technical obstacles. There's going to be several areas where you can kind of rock climb just a little bit. There's a few tight spots, and then there are some trails that shoot off of the main road, that shoot off of Lookout Road, that you can go down. We've ventured down a handful of them, but haven't been super big fans. And that's honestly probably mostly me. I don't like super tight spaces. I don't like taking my Bronco through the woods and getting scratches down the side of it. So I like to stay in areas that are maybe a little bit more, either they're maintained and they're kind of got the brush and the trees and the branches cut around so that you can fit a larger vehicle through them, or that there's just nothing there at all that's going to scratch it up. So I understand it comes with the territory, but I'm just not ready to get scratches all over right now. Um, One really important thing to note about this Chadwick area is that it is there's UTV trails here. So if you come out here, you're going to see lots of dirt bikes, side by sides, four wheelers. There's all sorts of little, like small UTV trails that shoot off of this main Lookout Road. That campground that I showed you that you would drive by earlier, the Cobb Ridge campground, it'll have a ton of people with dirt bikes and four wheelers and stuff staying there over the weekends. So that is just, it's just an important thing to know. The UTVs will be using that Lookout Road as a main road to kind of shoot off to get onto their trails and stuff. So this coming up here is one of my favorite spots. It's a little bit of a steeper incline and there's lots of big large rocks that you can climb over. Um I almost always have to turn my rear locker on whenever I get to this spot right here. So you'll see me kind of stop and I turn my rear locker on and then I can get up. My husband Chevy makes it up just fine. The Jeep made it up just fine. The next time we go, I'm going to try a different approach so that I don't need to use that locker. But it's a fun little spot in the trail where you can kind of practice getting a tiny bit technical, but still just kind of getting your feet wet. So here you'll see the Jeep coming up this spot that I was just talking about. It did really good coming up that area. And following the Jeep, you'll see Dylan's '02 Chevy Silverado. It also did a great job coming up that spot. I'd actually like to do a video later on and let him talk about his truck a little bit. It's a really cool vehicle that he's put a lot of hard work into. It'll be featured a little bit more in some videos that I put out later on. There are some muddy spots at Chadwick, so if you like the mud and you go when it's not super dry, there will be a few spots that you can run through. Chadwick is a good area to go to as well, not only if you're just a beginner, but if you're wanting a run that is quick and easy. We ourselves have done that a few times where maybe we just have a couple hours, we want to get out of the house, we want to go do something. We'll head over to Chadwick and drive around for 2 or 3 hours and then come back home. So this is a little spot off of that Devereaux Road that Dylan really likes to shoot down. You kind of go up this little hill and then you come down this area here. This is actually a lot steeper in person than it looks in the video, but his truck does great on that part too. And that concludes my video about the trails at Chadwick, Missouri. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did enjoy my video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.